Hey guys, good morning, everyone. I'm going to go and set up this room real quick and then we can get started. 6:21 right now, so the market is going to open in about 9 minutes. Let me just set this all up. Once it's all set up, we can get started. All right, that's good. That's good. It's good to go. Today's Wednesday, December 22nd. That's good. All right, solid. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, there. All right, cool. That's good. Let's start letting people into the room right now. Get going up there. All right, cool. So people are making their way in right now, guys. So I'll give it a few minutes for people to all make their way into the room. At 6:22 right now, we got about 8 minutes till the market opens. All right. All right, guys. Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, December 22nd, 6:23 right now. Market is going to open in about 7 minutes. So we'll go over everything shortly as everyone makes their way in. Let me just let everyone join their way in real quick. Once we have that, we can get started with our session for today. All right, cool. Morning, Steven. Morning, Maddie. Morning, Miles. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Orain. Morning, everyone. So let's see. Steven said crude oil inventory is a restricted event. All of the assets are unsafe to trade as well. So you can trade everything except oil, Steven, for crude oil. So you should be fine. I don't think you trade oil anyway, so you should be all right. I don't know about gold. So I know for US 30 is all right, but I don't know about anything else. I think I'm pretty sure it's only oil, but you can ask FTMO yourself to confirm. I know that a couple of people in here have asked them before and they said it's only oil, but I can't confirm with you directly, right? Because I've never asked it myself. If you ever have a question like that, you're probably best just asking FTMO support because they answer pretty quickly. But for what I know, US 30 is not affected. I can't say for any other asset, but I know oil is for sure restricted. Not sure about anything else other than that. Oh man, sorry guys, I'm gonna keep moving myself. If I feel a cough coming, I'm still coughing a bit, but you guys can see that my voice is kind of back, so I'm not necessarily, I'm getting better. I'm not as sick as I was before. So definitely, I'm getting better. So I'm gonna be muting myself every once in a while if I feel a cough coming, guys. All right. So just don't think that like your sound is messed up. It's just me muting for like a few seconds if I feel a cough coming along the way. Morning, Peter. Morning, Delmas. Morning, Matt. Morning, Orain. Morning, Patricia. Morning, everyone. Morning, Funmi. Morning, everybody. As Steven said yesterday, night market was slow, made a big loss. Yeah, you shouldn't trade when the market's moving slow like that, Steven. You probably shouldn't trade at night at all. Last time we discussed it, I mentioned that I only trade during the US session. I know it's kind of difficult for you to trade during US session, but it's better to not trade than to trade and take a loss. So if you're not comfortable with trading at night, Steven, or if you are going to trade at night, you should trade an asset that's actually moving at night. So you should probably trade something like the NISE or the UK 100 or the DAX 30. I mean, depending on what time you're trading, you should trade something that's actually active during that period, not necessarily US 30, because I don't trade US 30 during the Asia session. I just saw your message, Rick. Yeah, I know, Rick, right? Rick's familiar with that song. Hey, Fahad, morning. Morning, everyone. All right, guys. So market is opening in about 4 minutes. Let's take a look at the news real quick. So looking at the news over here on the calendar, today is Wednesday, December 22nd. At 7 o'clock, we have CV consumer confidence, and we have existing home sales at 7 as well. Other than that, we have crude oil inventories at 7:30. And then other than that, I think that's about it. So we do have some medium news coming at 7 and then some light news at 7:30. I don't think any of this news affects US 30, but as you guys know, we don't trade during news. So as it gets close to 7, we're going to probably take it easy and wait for the news to pass and see if the market reacts to it. Other than that, let's take a look at the retail sentiment. Retail sentiment is currently at 53% short. It's not really going to be a big use to us again, as we've been discussing all throughout the week. Generally, we want it to be about 65, 70, 80% in one direction so that we can have a bias. But for today, there's not really much of a bias because it's at 53% short, which can easily shift to the long side. My guess is that price is probably going to keep dropping slightly into the week. And then by next week, we're probably going to see that swing to the upside as we get close to the end of the year. Looking at the futures data right now, it's currently down 22 points, which is not very much. When the market opens shortly, we can see how price will determine, what direction we'll be pushing for the day. So anyways, let's see what's going on over here. All the futures are actually down right now. Pre-market Dow, the Dow is down 20 points, S&P is down 5 points, NASDAQ's down 25 points. Oil is down less than 1 point. And the US 10-year bond is down less than 1 point as well. So it's not really that bad, but it's all in the red right now. We'll see what happens when the market opens shortly. I don't see any news here really affecting the market necessarily. Aside from more COVID news right here regarding COVID tests ahead of the holiday rush, which makes sense. Obviously, Christmas is at the end of this week, so a lot of people are looking to get COVID tested. Other than that, I don't really see too much news here affecting the market, specifically our US 30. So other than that, let's take a look at the technicals real quick. On the 1 minute over here, we have a bullish bias. It was technically bearish, and then it swung to the bullish side right here after a few minutes. So just looking at this right here, it was bearish pretty much from 4 until now. And then right now it started to swing to the upside. Trend meter is also green, so it looks like it might be shifting for a bullish bias for the day. Looking over the 3 minute, same situation. Price was over here bearish, and then now it's swinging back up. However, it's indecisive at this point because it's in the middle of the pivots and the trend meter is red. Lastly, looking at the 10 minute over here, same thing. Price is in between the pivots and the trend meter is green. So it looks like it might be swinging to the upside. So we'll see what happens in the next few minutes when the market opens. Market is opening in about 1 minute now. Let me check the messages over here real quick. Morning, Fahad. Patricia said Sean watch candle moves are not in sync with trading view. Trading view is a little behind. Let me check real quick. I think that was a typo there, Patricia. I think Patricia meant that MetaTrader. There's a small typo there. Let me go over here to the 1 minute real quick. I'm looking at it right now, Patricia. It looks like it's back up to speed on my chart. I can't pull my chart over here, my MT4, but I'm looking at it. My screens are here in the corner. So when I look to the corner, I'm looking at MT4. It looks like it's back up to speed on my end. I'm not sure if I don't know if they're both lagged on my side, but it looks like they're both up to speed. So, I mean, we'll see what happens there, but I think it's back up to speed on my end. I'm not sure if it was just temporarily off target, but it looks like it's on target with mine here, trading view and my MT4. But I did see it though. Like I saw it yesterday. I know you guys were mentioning it, and I did see that it was kind of laggy. But I think right now it looks in sync. So hopefully it stays this way. If anything happens and it looks different and weird to me, I'll let you guys know. All right, so the market is now open. Market had just opened for about 30 seconds here. Let's see what's going on over here. So if this candle right here closes with a strong green candle, then this would be the breakout for the 1 minute over here. Let me check the fundamentals real quick, refresh this. It's currently slightly bullish, 15 points in the green. So if there's little to no wick on the top side right here, then this would technically be a breakout, but I wouldn't take it. Or actually, maybe I would. No, it's too big of a candle. It's probably going to pull back a bit, so I won't be entering it. just yet. Another thing that is that it's close to the Asia high over here. So the problem with this is that if price comes up to this point, so there's little to no wick right here. So this classifies as the breakout entry. I'm not going to take it just yet. I'm gonna let it pull back a little bit because this candle here is too big. What might happen is it might pull back down slightly and then it might come right back up. So I'm not going to get into the trade just yet. Also, I don't think I'm going to take it because the problem is that it's getting close to this Asia high right here. So what could happen is price can push up to this Asia high and they could bounce right off it. So you might want to be a bit careful with this breakout over here. There's just a lot of red flags here for this breakout. I'd prefer to just wait for any following trades to come instead of hopping to this breakout here. If I get a variation entry off this, so say for example, price comes down and I get a double wick rejection off this this high right here, and then I'll probably hop in for a late entry. But right now, currently, I'm not going to enter it. There's too many red flags. For one, this candle is too big, so it has to pull back quite a bit before it shoots right back up, most likely. Or if it pushes up to this point, it might bounce off the Asia high. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm looking at my screen right here, guys. It looks like some of you guys have it delayed. I don't know if it's just like a few of you guys. Maddie, can you confirm if TradingView and MT4 is delayed? Because I'm looking at mine and it looks fine. I'm not sure if it's just like certain people who are having issues with it or if it's like a widespread issue. So if anyone, okay, gotcha. So yeah, Maddie said MT4 is just like a little faster, nothing too crazy. Yeah, because I'm looking at mine right here. Oh, okay, I see it. No, I see it. It's like maybe like a few, like a split second on my end. Yeah, yeah. Like Maddie says, it's like a second faster. It looks fine on mine though. I use FTMO as my main. So I'm not sure. Patricia, are you using a different broker for yours? Like E4 or something like that? I mean E8, sorry, I forgot which one you guys use. Oh fuck, I just missed it. Sorry, guys. I totally missed. I was looking for a double wick rejection right here. Not a variation, but double wick rejection right here, and I totally missed it for the breakout right here. But yeah, guys, I don't really see a delay on mine. Mine looks, it might be like a split second from mine. Yeah, it might be like a split second on mine. It's not really much of an issue, it looks like for me though. I don't know. It could be internet connection issue or something like that. It looks like for like some people they have issues. It looks like Nick might have an issue. But me, Sisuk and Maddie are okay. So I'll see. We'll see when we take the first trade, Patricia. If we have an issue with the first trade, we'll be able to determine whether it's laggy or not. So that'll be our catalyst to see if it's. I'm not going to take this breakout just in case because of the whole lag time issue. I'm going to wait for like another trade to come up. So I'm not going to be in this. I'm not in this trade, and I don't recommend anyone hop into it. As you can see, price is coming back down. It's just bouncing back and forth at this time. So this breakout right here, I do consider it to be a bit risky. If I see a variation, so if I see a variation to the upside, maybe I'll hop into it. But looking over here at the fundamentals, it's currently not strong at all. It's only up 7 points. Also looking at the breaking news right here, it says that the Dow is flat following a 500-point rebound. So I think at this point, price just might be in a range for like this morning with this news over here that just came out. So if Dow's going to be flat, I don't think it's going to be flat, but it's going to be ranging within a range this morning, not necessarily pushing to the upside or to the downside directly. Kind of similar to what happened yesterday. If you guys remembered what happened yesterday during the market, price didn't really have a direction. It just kept bouncing back and forth. And that's kind of what's going to happen here with the Dow as well until we have some sort of bias, because looking over here at the retail sentiment, there's no bias. It's 52% short. So it's not really pushing in one direction or the other. Also looking over here at the futures data, it's 24 points in the red. So it's not necessarily going one way or the other right now. It's basically just going back and forth because the average over here is up 11 points while the futures data is still red. So we'll see what happens shortly. but it's not necessarily I wouldn't consider this a safe trade to take because there's no direction set yet. We kind of want a direction set from the fundamentals or the retail sentiment. There's clearly no direction here, right? 52% short. And then the fundamentals here aren't even strong at all. Generally, for it to be strong, we want it to be 100 points in the green or 100 points in the red. And we want it to be stable around that point so that like price continues to push in that direction. Looking over here at the stock index, you can see the stock index is pretty much half red, half green. There's one stock here that's pretty much carrying its weight. It's up 3 points right now, Caterpillar and United Health. So these two right here are pretty much carrying the weight of the Dow, while the rest of these are red, but they're not very strong for red stocks. Salesforce is only down 1.5, Amgen's down 1.2, Microsoft's down less than 1 point, Walt Disney's down less than 1 point. But everything over here is pretty much, you know, it would just outweigh all of the red stocks right here. So we do have a bullish bias right now, but it's not very strong, right? It's only up 17 points. So we have no direction set right now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to close this out, or we can just leave it up. I just don't want to confuse you guys. So guys, just keep in mind that we're not in this trade right here, right? This is just a markup of the breakout if we were to take it. However, there was not strong bias in this direction, so we're not planning on taking it. If this was up like 100 points, 200 points, like it's been like the past couple of days, and we would have possibly taken that breakout and caught the rest of the move like we did yesterday and the day before that, Monday and Tuesday. But today, there's no clear direction. You know, the breakout was pretty much fine yesterday and Monday because the bias was so strong in one direction. But today, there's no bias at all. There's no fundamental bias and there's no retail sentiment bias. Also, there's no technical bias either, because over here on the 1 minute, it's somewhat bullish, while on the 3 minute, it's not even bullish or bearish. It's just going sideways in between the pivots right here, which is something that you don't want to be trading in. Same with the 10 minute right here as well, right? It's pretty much just going sideways from this point. So I don't recommend anyone hop into any trades right now. Wait for price to stabilize and confirm its direction. Once it does, then you guys could start trading in that direction. But currently right now, there's no bias. Going over here, let me just mark up the 1 minute real quick. So market opened right over here at 6:30. I'm going to draw the high, which is right there. I'm going to draw the low, which is right there. I'll do the same over here as well. So 6:30 is right there. 6:38, 8 to 9. And guys, just keep in mind that you guys got to be patient, right? Like, don't force any trades, especially right now when there's nothing really to take. Don't force anything, right? Just wait for price to give you a direction, confirmation of where a price can be going, and then you can start trading that direction. Here's the opening price right here. Here's a high. Low. I think that's it for these high lows right here. All right, so this is a clean chart right here. Not really much there. You can see the range there. It's not even that wide. So looking at the current range right here, it's moved about less than 500 pips. So it hasn't really moved very much at all. Looking over here, you can see price starting to swing back up. But I'm not looking to take any of these entries right now, guys. So you guys just got to wait for price to confirm, right? Because you can see right here, this is a clean chart. It's just wicks back and forth. There's not really much to really take at this moment. Price is just bouncing back and forth. It's not really, generally, you know, when market opens, it usually pushes to the upside or it pushes to the downside. I'm going to delete this here or I'll leave it there for now. But just guys, whoever's in this room right now, just keep in mind we're not in this position, right? So don't hop into this last minute. Try to just be in it, because none of us are in this position right now. It's too risky of a position. I don't necessarily recommend anyone hop into it, even if you hop into it late. It's probably going to push up like how we're anticipating, but it's just too risky because price is in range right now. It's pretty much flat. And if price is flat, it can easily break to the upside or it can break to the downside, right? And you guys don't want that because you're just going to be gambling at that point. You're not necessarily applying any type of strategy. You're pretty much just taking a trade and hoping that it'll go in that direction. So don't take it. Other than that, let me just put the strategies up here so that you guys can follow what we're looking for here. And this is exactly why we don't recommend entering this trade, right? You can see that price is very choppy. It's just wicking back and forth. So I'll just delete this right here because we're not in that trade. We're just going to keep looking for any other any entries that are available now. And this is one thing that you guys got to keep in mind, right? Don't take every single trade that you guys see. You guys got to weigh you have to analyze the market and the trade in general. Like for example, if you're looking for a buy here, you want to analyze all the bad things that can happen, pretty much worst case scenario. And if there's a lot of worst case scenarios, or there's a really good chance that it'll play out, you definitely don't want to take the trade. Like for example, for this buy here, I wasn't really anticipated to take a trade because there was no bias, right? We looked at the retail sentiment. First thing is I look at is retail sentiment. I want to make sure that I use this as my main bias. If that's not available, I look at the futures data or the daily average. If this doesn't have a bias, then two of my main things that I'm looking for are not available. And I wouldn't be looking to take any trades at that point. Lastly, if I look over at the technicals and there's no linear bias with regard to the 1 minute, 3 minute, and 10 minute, you can see here that the 3 minute and the 10 minute are just going sideways, right? There's no direction to the upside, no direction to the downside. Same with the 3 minute here. It's just bouncing back and forth. Lastly, on the 1 minute, if there's no direction on here, then there's really no way to trade, right? Because price can easily go in either direction and you don't want to be caught on the wrong side. So for me, none of my confirmations lined up. So I wouldn't have taken that buy there, even though there was there's technically a buy available there. You guys got to weigh the pros and cons and understand, whether it's a quality trade or not. So no quality trades available right now. What I'm going to be looking for from this point is I'm going to be looking for variation entries. If you guys don't understand the variation, I went over in the last mentoring session, and I'm also looking for entries that line up with all three, like pretty much all three of these strategies right here. These are three separate strategies, but in a lot of instances, these three strategies will line up on one entry here. So for example, if we have an intraday entry that lines up here, and that same candle is a pivot scalp entry, and that same candle is a high-low scalp entry, if all of these three line up, then I'll take it for a trade in that direction, because every time I've taken this trade in the past, 3-4 months, I haven't lost a trade. So this has been like pretty much the gold standard with like what strategies I apply when taking a trade. Generally, you can apply just one and they work perfectly fine. But with today's market, not just today, but in general, the past couple of months have been very choppy. So if you've been on the market every day, we trade this every single day. You can watch every previous live session to see how the market's been moving, and it hasn't been moving smooth at all. So you guys want to make sure that you guys are being very careful and conservative with your moves. I know all of our trades have been hitting like pretty much for the past couple of weeks, even the ones that just apply with like one of these strategies here. But for me personally, I like to be very conservative because I don't want to be taking anything too risky here. So these are the three strategies I'm looking for. Here's the 3 minutes over here that I'm looking for as well. The daily. We're still working on this here, guys. We haven't really confirmed it yet as like an official strategy because we need to figure out what works best. But I think it does work pretty solid if it lines up with the pivot scalp strategy over here as well. I'll mark this up at market open, which is 6:30. Here on the daily over here, let me just mark this up. I mean, this is the snipe. It's like weird. I'm like good all throughout the day, but my coughing just comes in the morning. I don't know if it's like allergies that I have or it's the fact that it's really cold in the morning, but it's annoying because I don't cough all throughout the day. I just cough in the morning. All right, let me just line up these zones real quick. Update my settings. So that looks good right there. Let's go right there. A couple more zones right here. And one more down here. All right, we got this. All right, so yeah, looking at this right here, it looks like there was actually a snipe available right there, but it's not one that I would take because it happened on open. So as you can see right here, I usually don't take any trades on open. I wouldn't have taken the snipe right here after it closed because this is opening candle. If we do get another snipe that comes up over here, then possibly it'd be a good entry. So in order to have that, we need this body to be up here. Right? We need a wick rejection off pivot and structure. So I wouldn't have taken that right there, going over here to the daily. You guys can see the daily hit yesterday, full TP. We didn't count that trade, obviously, because I told you guys that it was a risky trade. It did come back. It came down really close to stop loss, and then it swung right back up, right? So as you guys can see, the strategy still worked perfectly fine. It's just it becomes a riskier market to take these trades in. But you can see right here that yesterday's daily entry hit full TP. So we'll be looking for another daily entry over here. If it lines up with what we're looking for, then possibly we'll take it. If not, then we'll probably just skip it again for the day. But we'll see where it goes from here. Going over here. All right, so nothing here off these charts. Let me just mark this up right here. So we got a high there that's pending. That low is still down there. But it's not pending, it's already been established actually. Let me just move this stuff down over here. The high is like that second candle over there. All right, looks solid. So the market, as you can see right here, the market hasn't really moved very much. It's kind of just ranging within that area. You can see from the clean chart right here, no movement's really been made. New low just keep getting established right here, which is fine. But you can see it's not really moving much, right? We have the bigger range right here. That's pretty much considered the wide range. This line and this line. And then looks like we're going to have a smaller range within it as price continues to move along. Oh yeah, Nick. No, I just read your message right now. Oh yeah, no, definitely. I agree with you on that. That's probably why. Yeah, I have like a cough in the morning, but it's just in the morning. Like as soon as I get off the live session, I'm like perfectly fine. And it's weird because I don't really cough anything out. Let me scroll up real quick, see what else I'm missing. Sorry guys, if I missed any of your questions, just put it back in the chat. But I think I'm pretty much, I've seen for the most part all the questions here. Yeah, C-Suk said if consumer confidence news turns good, it might shoot up real nice. That's what I'm expecting too. So guys, just keep in mind that we do have the news coming up shortly at 7 o'clock. So price is going to keep dropping right here, which is completely fine. We want this to happen. We want price to drop because you can see right here, price was kind of consolidating a bit and then it dropped below. And then it's going to establish another area of consolidation where we can catch the breakout. So as you guys can see right here, this low just keeps getting dropped lower and lower, which is okay. It's normal for it to drop this low. Because now it's breaking out of that just small range that it was stuck in. So what we want to see now is whether price is going to correct back to the upside or if it's going to keep dropping, right? Which is fine. Price can go in either direction. Looking over at the fundamentals real quick. Fundamentals are now 40 points in the red. It's still not very strong, but it is 40 points in the red. Where we want it to be is we want it to be negative 100 and we want it to stay under 100. That's going to confirm that we're probably going to have a bearish bias with regards to the fundamentals for the day. Looking over here at retail sentiment, it still hasn't really changed very much. Still at 53% short, so not really too much of a change there. Looking over here at the stock index, refreshing this right now. This right here shows that there's more red stocks now. So you can see that these red stocks here kind of picked up a bit. So Amgen's down 2 points. Honeywell's down 1 point. This pretty much outweighs these two stocks down here. And it looks like there's more red stocks that are they're starting to pile on. So we'll see what happens in the next few minutes or so. But currently right now, there just isn't much of a confirmation of direction of price. You can see that the Dow is currently up, it's down 53 points, while S&P is up 3 points, NASDAQ's up 39 points, and the Russell 2K is down 6 points, as well as the VIX down less than 1 point. So as you can see, there's no real linear direction of price right now, right? Looks like the S&P might be turning red, but for the most part right now, uh, the Dow is currently red while the S&P is currently slightly up while the NASDAQ is up as well. Let's move this lower right here. So as you can see, we do have some sort of direction now. It's dropping down here. But one of two things are going to happen now at this point. Price is either going to correct back to this point right here, because you guys have seen before. Every day I draw where opening price is. And when price drops this far, or not, it's not really that far. It's only down how many pips? It's down less than 1,000 pips. So it's not very far down. It's like 700 pips. When price drops, one of two things will generally happen. Price will come back to opening price. And then from there, you'll have a scenario where price will either break through and continue pushing up higher, or it'll bounce off and come right back down, right? So that's something that you guys can look out for. We still don't have a bias right now. This technicals are starting to look for a sell because it's below the pivots and the trend meter is red. Looking at 3 minutes, same situation, pretty much same situation all around. Everything is kind of lining up right here. This would have technically been an entry for the daily and for the pivot scalp, but I wouldn't have taken it because if you guys remember at this specific point in time, we didn't really have a bias yet, right? Price was still going sideways and we wouldn't have taken the sell here, even though it lined up for this strategy and for this strategy as well. The reason for that is because this strategy requires that we look for the first valid signal after market open, which is 6:30. This is the first valid sell signal. So this would have been an entry for the daily and you would have taken that for a short. So if I was to replay this, if we had a bias that we were looking for, this candle right here would line up for this strategy. If we were looking for a sell, we weren't technically looking for a sell at that time, so I wouldn't have taken it myself. But if you were taking a sell, this would have lined up with this strategy, and this would have also lined up with this strategy because we have a valid sell signal and it's below the pivots. So if you would have taken that, it would have hit your TP immediately on that next candle. But obviously, we didn't take that trade because we didn't have a bias. Generally, you want to trade with a bias. You want to trade in a direction that you feel confident about. You don't want to just hop into trades for no reason. But yeah, that would have been an entry there for the 3-minute daily and 3-minute pivot scalp. There's no entry here off the 1 minute. No entry here off the 10-minute. Snipe, nothing off there. And then also no entry here off the daily. If this closes as an invalid, that's fine because it's not going to be an entry for the daily. You need to wait for a valid entry. Going back to the 1 minute over here, not really much has changed. But you can see price is pushing back up, right? So if you remember just a few seconds ago, I mentioned from this point, price is either going to push up to here and retest this, or price is going to break below. You can see that you guys should always have a scenario, right? Whenever price drops, like for example here, when price drops to this point, I said price can either push up to opening price or it'll break below. Obviously right here, price is pushing up to opening price. Now what you guys can look for is when price reaches this point, you can confirm whether price breaks above and continues pushing up higher or price bounces off it. So, you guys have to keep your scenarios open and weigh the pros and cons with every single trade. Obviously right now, there's still no bias. So I don't really have a direction to be trading in until the fundamentals here have confirmed. You can see they're just going back and forth. It's just going in a wide range for today. It goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up, etc. Oh, nice. So Rick took 3 minute actually. So it looks like Rick took that 3 minute. Hopefully you close out profit, Rick, because it swung right back up. Jalan said short trap. Yeah, I think it was a short trap as well. Basically dropped down and then from there just swung right back to stop everyone out. This is why you guys want to be careful and not FOMO into trades. So like thankfully Rick here pulled out in profit, because if he didn't, he would have gone stuck in this trap. And you can see right here, see this big wick? See where it's rejecting off? It's that same exact line that I mentioned earlier, right? When price reaches this point, price is going to do one of two things. It's either going to break through and push up higher, or it's going to bounce right back off and come right back down. It's the same pattern every single day, guys. If you guys watch every live session, I talk about this every single morning. I've been trading US 30 every single morning, same time, every day, Monday through Friday for like the past 3 years. So if you guys trade something long enough and you guys see the same patterns over and over again, it just becomes clockwork, right? Every day I mark up the same exact things on my chart. I show you guys exactly what I look for, and then it actually plays out, right? Because it's a pattern. The same pattern repeats itself every single day. Obviously, I could have taken a sell here and caught some profit off this, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not looking for risky trades. It's still risky. I'm only going to take it if I have an entry off this point. But you can see right here, my analysis played out exactly what I just said, right? When price came from here, I told you guys price was going to come up. And I said, when price reaches this point, one of two things are going to happen, right? You're going to have two scenarios. Price is either going to break above it or it's going to bounce off it. And look what happened. It bounced right off it. Exactly what I said was going to happen. And from here, if you took a sell, it's already a 300 pip move right there. So, you guys just got to be patient, right? Like, if you guys just be patient and you guys keep applying what you guys are learning here at K2, this opens up a lot of opportunity for you guys to catch these little moves. Some people here in K2 don't even follow the strategies. They just wait for these things that I discussed because I give you guys scenarios, right? I give you guys scenarios for every single move that I see coming. And, I'm sure a lot of people made money off the sell right here because the same thing happens every single day. I could have made money off this too, but I'm not looking to make that. I'm not looking to gamble, right? I'm looking to take trades off specific entries here. I'm disciplined in following all of these requirements here. And I'm not just hopping into random trades, hoping that things will push in my direction. I only hop into trades when I know things are going my direction. So currently right now, looking at the fundamentals, there's no bias right now. Still, it's still at, negative 20 points. I want it to be negative 100 before I start taking these trades for a sell. This technically here could line up for an entry using this strategy and this strategy right here, but I'm not going to take it. So this right here technically would be a sell, applying these two strategies right here, but it's not one that I would necessarily take. It doesn't line up with my requirements here. I'm looking for all of these to line up. Also, we have news coming up in 2 minutes. So I'm not taking any trades until the news is passed because price is likely to react to the news. If you guys remember, we have medium impact news coming up shortly. Right over here, we have CB consumer confidence and existing home sales. Thanks, Joan, for confirming that as well. I almost forgot about the news, and I just remembered it's getting close to 7. So we'll see what happens here. Price is probably going to react to the news, and then when it does, we'll see where it goes from there. And see, this is exactly why I wouldn't have taken the trade. There's a lot of fake outs that are going on right now, guys. You can see that every time there's a possible entry that comes up, price fakes out. Also, news is going to come up shortly. So we'll see if the news is positive or negative. And this is exactly why I'm not chasing into moves, because you don't want to get caught in a fake out. Seems like today there's going to be a lot of fake outs because there's really no clear direction. Price kind of just going back and forth. If I do see some variations, though, I will hop into variations. So I'll let you guys know if I do see a variation, but you can see that the range is getting tighter and tighter as it moves along. Going over here real quick. Let's see. So as you guys can see, price is in consolidation right here, right? We have the wider range, which is up here and down here. Then we have the tighter range, which is right here and right here. So price is pretty much going sideways at this point. I want price to continue ranging so that we can catch the breakout in either direction once we have some sort of confirmation of the 3 strategies lining up. So the news just came out right now. Let's check the news and see what it was. News was positive for consumer CB consumer confidence, but then it was negative for existing home sales. So pretty much some mixed news right here. Not really much for us to decipher off this because it's not both, going one direction. So let's see, price just shot up right here. So you can see price is reacting to the news. News event just came out right here at 7. This is why we don't trade during news, guys, because you'll see moves like this and you don't want to trade like 5 minutes before news either. So for example, right here, you can see the news happened right here at 7 from like 6:55. price faked out to the bottom and then it shot right back up right here. Yeah, and Maddie just said there's a high-low entry right here. I wouldn't take the high-low entry because the candle is just too big. It's probably gonna have to pull back a bit. Also, this move right here was based off the news, right? So now that we have news that came out, one of two things will happen. Price will either continue pushing up, or it's either going to come back down to where price was before the news happened. So price was right here before news happened at 7. So one of two things will happen. From right here, price will either continue pushing up or price will come right back down to where the news event happened right here. So this is what I'll do right here. I'll just draw this. I'll color it like purple or I don't know, yellow. It's too hard to see. I'm trying to find a color that doesn't match with any of the other colors that we currently have. Okay, so like magenta, we'll do that. So this is price before the news event happened. You can see price will consolidate here a bit, and then it'll either move above higher or it'll come right back down to where the news event happened. So you guys want to be careful here. I'm not looking to take any trades at this moment. You want to see whether price is going to confirm its move after the news or if it's going to correct back down to where it was originally. Yeah, so let's see what happens in the next couple minutes. I wouldn't enter trades right now. You want to confirm to see whether price is going to keep pushing up in the direction of news or if it's going to correct back down to price where it was prior to the news event. So news happened right here at 7. This is the news candle, 7 o'clock. And you can see prices attempting to push up higher, which is completely fine. If it pushes up higher, we'll let it push up higher. And then we'll just keep following it as price continues to move along. Delete that. Yeah, this candle right here is too big, guys. This would technically be a high-low entry because you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, this wouldn't be a high-low entry, Maddie, because this was the 5th candle right here. But yeah, if you guys were to take that there, this would still line up with these two strategies right here, the intraday and the pivot scalp. So if you were to take that there, it still would have hit TP at that point. Anyways, price continues to push up higher right here. Delete this. Going back over here. All right, so price still hasn't confirmed it. You can see that it's kind of creating a range within this area right here. So price is now ranging within this area right here. You still want to wait to confirm whether price is going to continue pushing up or whether it's going to drop back down to opening price. It's only been 4 minutes since the news event. It doesn't usually happen right away. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. You just want to confirm that price pushes out of that area because what's going to happen is price will either come back down and then consolidate within this area before making another move, or price is going to push up here and then consolidate a bit before it decides to, push up or push down. It's just about being patient, guys. Like literally, that's the thing that a lot of people don't have when they trade is patience, waiting for markets to confirm the direction, right? Especially if you're scalping, you have to wait for those perfect entries. You can't be taking every single entry because you're going to start taking shortcuts and you're not going to be following any type of strategy that you planned out to have. So just give it a few more minutes, guys. You guys just got to wait, give it a few more minutes until there's, some sort of confirmation here. Let me scroll up real quick. Yeah, Sisu said historically the next couple of days we're going to get random spikes against analysis. Be careful, guys. I agree with Sisu. So I'm being very cautious with the market right now. Steven's asking, will the market be back to normal in the second week of January? Yeah, for the most part, Steven, it should be. but it can get back to normal at any moment. It doesn't necessarily, there's no specific date for when price to, for market to go back to normal. It's just right now there's a lot of different things going on in the world, right? COVID, holidays, news, stuff like that. That would, it doesn't necessarily affect the market directly, but it's going to affect the market one way or the other, right? Like, for example, CB consumer confidence, right? Everything is consumer confidence, with like pretty much everything in US 30 deals with consumers, right? Like pretty much the whole entire stock index. Like every stock here deals with consumer confidence, right? It just depends on what you're tailoring it to. So if you just refresh this right here, you can see that after the news event happened, a lot of people reacted to the news, and you can see that some of the stocks here changed a bit, right? So as you can see, a lot of the stocks here turn green. And what happens when the stock turns green? Obviously, price goes up. However, right now, you would have to wait for this to confirm its direction. You can see the markup right here that I made. Looks like price is coming right back down to opening price, right? Price came up, now it's coming back down, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But you guys just got to be really patient with taking these entries here. Lisa said, can the market give me some fun on my only a few days I can trade US 30? She's right. She has 10 days off. Yeah, I'm hoping so. I mean, I'm in the same boat with you, Lisa. I'm hoping that this picks up right before Christmas. I mean, it's been a good 2 days so far this week. Monday and Tuesday have been pretty good to us. We didn't have any smooth entries, but we did make some pretty solid profits, the first 2 days of the week, because we were patient waiting for those perfect entries to come up. Looking over here, you guys can see my markup, right? I mentioned price will either go up and continue up further or come back down to open to price before news. And you can see where price is coming down to. Price is now rejecting off opening price right here. You guys can see the lines that I drew, right? I drew these lines like beginning of the session. Price is rejecting exactly off the same lines that I drew from this morning. So you guys can see how important these price points are, because I literally draw these every day and it's just the same pattern. It rejects off the same exact points that I draw every single day. It's the same price points, right? You guys want to, so there's like key price points that you guys want to look for. Opening price, look for the high, look for the low for the day to create a range. And then from there, you want to make sure that you're tuned in to like times, right? Because specific time periods, that's where you get direction. Certain time periods, you get consolidation and then reversals. So price is coming back down further, but you can see right there, rejected off the opening price. Exactly. We still have no bias right now and no other entries that are available. No variations, no nothing really. And you can see price is still coming down further. Yeah, Maddie said rejected literally perfectly off the open, literally. Yeah, and now you can see it's coming back down to opening price. So now that you guys see that price is coming back down, off my analysis right here, what do you guys think will happen next if price reaches this point, right? What's your scenario from that point? When price reaches here, what's going to happen, or what can happen? When price gets there, a new scenario is created, right? Because this scenario already played out. We already predicted this to possibly happen. If price comes back to this point, what's going to happen? Price will either bounce off or it'll break below. So this is where you guys start to identify structure, and you guys start to see where price is likely to, bounce off of. It doesn't necessarily need to come all the way down here. It can also bounce off opening price, right? Same lines that I drew earlier. It's still relevant structure. But I mean, we'll have to wait and see, right? You guys want to confirm the direction before you guys hop into this stuff, because you guys don't want to get caught in the fake outs. See, we got another low right there. Like with price pushing up like this, I don't recommend anyone chase this, right? Because if you guys see this right here, I could already predict that there's a lot of people who are looking to chase this right here. They see this big green candle rejecting off opening price, which looks like a good entry for a buy. However, this can be another fake out. Price can just come right back down. But yeah, it rejected right off the opening price right there. So yeah, like I mentioned before, guys, you know, it's just all about being patient, waiting for those perfect entries. Right now, I don't see any entries at all. Nothing here off the 3-minute. Nothing here for the snipes. I'll mark up opening candle right here so you guys know that there's no entries before that or after that, actually. This would technically be a snipe for a buy, but you know, as I mentioned earlier, guys, I'm not really looking to take anything on the 10-minute yet until we have some sort of bias, right? If we had a bullish bias and price came down and then it came right back up, then yeah, I'd be looking to take a buy here. But currently right now, we don't have a bias because looking over here at the fundamentals, it's only up 40 points. It's not really up at all. You know, it's just bouncing back and forth. It's going from like -20 to +40 to back to -10. And it's just going back and forth. There's no clear direction. Also looking at retail sentiment, there's no clear direction here either. It's 53% short. This can easily go from 53% short to 53% long. Going back over here, you can see that price is starting to come back down. It's just a lot of fake outs happening in the market right now. It's like what Maddie said. It's just a huge consolidation range like yesterday, right? So if you guys remember the market yesterday, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, so yesterday right here, you can see from 6 to 8 or 6:30 to 8. It was just a huge area of consolidation, right? There was no direction really set. Price is pretty much just going back and forth in this area, back and forth. This is usually where we don't want to be trading. If you look at market from the day before that, I think the 20th over here. Okay, so from the 20th right here, from 6:30 to 8, this is where price had clear direction, right? This is where you guys do want to be trading. So you guys want to be trading where price has an actual direction. Because you guys can just easily take sells there and you're perfectly fine. So this is normal market. This is how where you want to be trading, where there's a direction set. You don't really want to be trading when price is just going back and forth like this because there's no direction and no real bias. Same with today, right? If you look at today's markup, there's like no clear direction. It's trying to have a clear direction, but it hasn't confirmed it yet. So if you zoom out from here, you can't really zoom out that much, but just looking at it from this perspective, there really isn't much of a movement, right? Price right here rejected off the opening price, came back up. Now it's retesting the high over here for the day. And price can do one of two things. It'll either continue pushing up higher or it'll just come right back down. So you can see the fake out right here, right? Price came up, it came down. It was going to come down to price before the news event happened, bounced off opening price right here and it came right back up. So as you guys can see, there's just a ton of fake outs that are playing out over here. So no variation off this yet, guys. Just keep in mind that in order for there to be a variation, you need a double wick rejection off the previous high or previous low. Currently right now, there's no double wick rejection off them. So there's no entry for variation just yet. I really hate markets like this because it's like we're pretty much just sitting ducks. We're just waiting for this to happen. And I mean sitting ducks because the what happens when you see market moving like this is that whoever's going to hop into these trades earlier is either going to get knocked off or they're just going to keep floating, right? Like for us, we're just floating because we're waiting for entries to come up. What will happen is there's going to be a few people out there who are going to just FOMO into trades, right? Or they're just going to take impulse moves. Like they see price moving, they want to hop into a buy or hop into a sell. And then what happens? They get stopped out right away because price just comes right back down. So that's what I kind of related to like the sitting duck, not theory, but just how people say, you're just sitting ducks because you're just like, people are just waiting to get knocked off. Obviously that's not going to be us because we're going to be waiting. I'm not going to give you guys any trades that are risky, right? If I see something good that lines up with these three strategies or a variation, I'll let you guys know and we'll hop into that trade. But for the most part, you guys just got to wait because there's no clear direction right now. It's just, it's just ranging within this area here. Of course, yeah, price is pushing up higher right here, but you don't want to chase it as it continues to push up like that. You want to wait for price to really confirm its direction. As you can see right here, price is pushing up higher. So it looks like our bias might turn bullish right now. Looking over here at the fundamentals, this is probably going to increase, right? It's now 88 points in the green. So if it stays above 100, then our bias is going to be set for a buy. Currently right now, it's still bouncing around that area. It's just, it's just a matter of waiting even longer for this to confirm. Oh, I totally missed this right here. So nice work right there. Jay, I totally missed out here. So I don't know who caught this right here, but there was a high low right here. I know Jay caught it. Jay just said that he caught it right now at the 713 candle right here, this one. So this right here was a high low entry, but I still wouldn't have taken it because it doesn't line up with my requirements here. Yeah, exactly. Matty said he saw it too, but he wanted them to line up as well, like how we normally do. But it looks like some of you guys did catch it. So Jay over here caught it and Lisa caught it as well. This was a high low entry because you can see this high here was broken by this candle right here. It fits all of the requirements for this strategy over here. Sisu caught it as well. I didn't catch it myself, obviously. I'm waiting for those perfect entries to come up, but you can see that the strategy here still works perfectly fine. Right there, you can see that it would have hit TP for this strategy right here. You can see that there's a high here, price broke and closed above it, hasn't been tested previous to that. And it was a clean high-low scalp. It also broke and closed above the Asia high right here. So great work to whoever caught that trade right there. I didn't catch it. It didn't fit. It wouldn't have fit my my parameters for my strategy over here, lining all these up. But if you guys did, great entry off that. Obviously, it's not going to count because we didn't take it. We didn't identify it before it happened. But it just goes to show that the strategy still worked perfectly fine if you were waiting for those perfect entries there. But yeah, looking at this here, it looks like, it's coming right back down, right? This is what I mean about it not being stable. You want it to be stable above 100 points or below 100 points before you hop into these trades here, because you can see prices now coming right back down, which is fine. There's no problem with that. Price can come back down as much as it wants, but we're still looking for something good to enter before we hop into anything. Looking at the daily over here, there's nothing available here. This candle over here doesn't look like it's going to close as an entry for a snipe because there's no rejection. There's no wick rejection off the zone over here. All right, so nothing off here, nothing off here, nothing off 3 minute. 1 minute over here, still bouncing around this area. I'm surprised we haven't had any variations yet today. I thought at this point we'd have at least one, but sorry, it is what it is this moment. Yeah, Maddie said there was some nice ones pre-market. I did see some of the profits you guys shared this morning. So like this morning over here, Patricia took a couple trades. She locked in a total of 2,000 for the day. Nice work, Patricia. Yeah, great work, Patricia. Sorry, I just saw your messages right here. I didn't see these this morning, Patricia, because I got on a little late. But you did do pretty good this morning. It looks like you locked in 1,812. And then again, today you locked in a little more, locked in a total of 2,000 exactly. So great work right there. I'll message you a little later, Patricia, when I reread your message. Um, Looking over here. Nice, Jalon. So Jalon's doing pretty good. Looks like he's back on his challenge over here. He's almost done with his requirement. He's off by like maybe about 1,500, yeah, 1,600 looks like. So you're almost right there, Jalon. Not too long. Jay over here as well. Jay locked in a total of 1,319 for the day. Great work, Jay. And then Jalon again over here, locked in a total of 1,946. So even though I didn't take any trades myself, guys, I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here still profiting, all throughout the morning, just following my analysis here. So yeah, Jalon locked in about 2,000 there. Jay again right here, locked in total 1,744. Nice. So Jay got his wife trading with him now. So Jay and his wife are trading. This is pretty much what they locked in today. So these are two separate accounts, it looks like. Yeah, nice. So Jay over here is up 1,319. Jay's wife is actually up more than him, 1,744. Great work right there, Jay. Yeah, man, that's good. I'm glad to see that you're teaching your wife over there. Orain over here as well, currently up 1,332. Great work, Orain. Other than that, yeah, so Maddie's done with his, he just finished his verification right there. He's up 378, 389 off this FTMO account. Actually, he took a couple here. So this morning he locked in 734. His other account, 476. And then again, right here down, he locked in total of 789 off this account. 847 off this account. And he's done with his verification off that one. So another funded FTMO for Maddie. Damn, Maddie's going to have like 4 accounts now, looks like. Yeah, Maddie, you're killing it, bro. So Maddie's going to have like 4 funded accounts. He's trying to get ready for next year. So great work right there. Another past FTMO by Maddie over here. Yeah, he got two verifications here done. So he's about to have 4 funded accounts. Yeah, that's crazy. So Maddie's got like 1 MFF, 2 FTMOs, or maybe 2 MFFs. So yeah, Maddie and his brother both just got funded this week. Or they're about, I think Maddie's about to be funded off these 2 accounts, 2 verifications, and then his brother's pretty much done and got his first funded trade, I think yesterday as well. Yeah, so great work, everybody. Hugo said Biden speaks in the White House in 8 minutes about supply chains. Thanks, Hugo. All right, cool. So thanks, Hugo, for letting us know that that there's going to be news coming up shortly. So, or not really news, but that Biden is going to be speaking. So, yeah, when Biden starts speaking, guys, I'm not going to be trading at all. I know I haven't taken any trades myself today, but I definitely don't care to trade when Biden is speaking, because Biden is, he can screw up the market really easy. Anything he says can easily cause price to just spike up or down, mostly down. But yeah, we'll try to, let me see if I can find it on here real quick on YouTube. Yeah, let me see Biden live. So Biden actually spoke like not that long ago. Okay, I see it. Yeah, so Biden is going to speak shortly. So it looks like it looks like Biden was speaking yesterday, actually. I don't know if anyone even caught that, but Biden was speaking yesterday. He spoke about, he was speaking about 19 hours ago. I don't know if this was during our live session, but maybe this is probably why market was like pretty trash yesterday. So you guys remembered market was going back and forth. If you guys remember, I drew it up earlier. That market wasn't really moving smooth at all yesterday. It looks like Biden was actually speaking yesterday. So this might have been why the market was trash yesterday, guys. I didn't even realize he was speaking. So, big thanks to Hugo for letting us know that he's speaking today. Yeah, I can see it right here. It's currently live right now, but he hasn't started talking just yet. It's going to happen in a few minutes. So it says supply chain task force will begin shortly. President Biden meets with his supply chain disruptions task force and private sector CEO. So he's going to be speaking in a few minutes. So it makes sense kind of why the market was a bit trash yesterday. I didn't realize that Biden was talking on COVID yesterday. But yeah, I mean, he's going to be speaking again today. So I'll keep an eye on this. I'll leave this up here so that if he does start speaking, we'll know like not to trade. So if I see anything here, I'll refer back to that YouTube to see if Biden is speaking or not. Hopefully he doesn't speak anytime soon. But I mean, we'll see on this live session. I'll keep looking for trades. So if you guys do have questions about anything, feel free to ask your questions right now, because if Biden does speak shortly, I'm not going to be looking to take any trades. I'll be looking for trades and I'll tell you if I see anything good, but I'm not necessarily looking to take anything because Biden, he just has a way of screwing up the markets. I think last week, or I don't know if it was last week or the week before that, I forgot he was speaking and I entered a trade and luckily it spiked in my direction because I was in a sell, but as soon as Biden started speaking, price spiked down and I hit my TP right away. But then I realized that he was speaking, so it helped me out. But it's not a gamble that I recommend anyone take, trading while he's speaking. Yeah, Ken said is restricted news in 3 minutes. It's the it's the oil news. So it's the crude oil inventories. The only thing that's restricted, I believe, is oil. So if you guys are trading oil, don't trade oil during that time. But US 30 is okay, I believe. So US 30 is okay. And I think all the other assets are fine as well. It's just oil that's restricted at that time. But thanks, Kenneth, for letting us know. So, and this is probably going to affect the market as well. So just keep that in mind. It's not going to directly affect US 30, but there's stocks here in the stock index that would obviously be directly affected by that, by that news event. The obvious things like Boeing. I think there's Chevron. So Chevron, Boeing, a couple of stocks here that will probably be affected by the news. It's not going to be a heavy impact, but it'll affect those stocks, to some extent. Other than that, I don't think really see anything here for us to take. I mean, if you guys have any questions, drop your questions in the chat. If you guys want me to cover anything, provide any insight into like whatever trades you guys are taking, I can do that for you guys. So I'm available to help you guys. It's just you guys have to ask the questions because I can't read you guys' mind. I don't know what you guys need help with. If there's anything that you're confused with, anything that you guys need any more clarification on, I'm here to help you guys out. Other than that, let me see. Randy said you're not a miner, you're what? Yeah. Well, I mean, everything that we've been marking up today has been lined up pretty perfectly. So I'm glad to see a lot of you guys lock in some profits off those things that I've analyzed for earlier. I did see a lot of you guys make profit off these rejections, off these price points that we lined up earlier. Similar to this one right here. I think when you guys took the trade here where price came down and I said price is probably going to come up to opening price, which you did right there. And I saw some of you guys did take a buy off that. And then also the rejection off the opening price right here. Some of you guys took a quick sell off that too. So, yeah, I mean, everyone here kind of uses the information I provide differently, depending on how experienced you guys are or how long you've been in K2, right? If you guys have been in K2, you guys already know this analysis because I do the same analysis every morning. Some of you guys are comfortable with taking trades off the analysis, even though there's no strategy that's really being applied. I don't really recommend people do that, but if you guys are able to profit off that, then, great. It just really depends on how you guys use this information. Because this information is really useful if you know how to use it properly. Because I do analyze this pretty much in detail every morning. All right, so this hasn't really started yet. Yeah, so we have a pending variation right here, guys. It's like Maddie said, it's about 30 seconds up. Let's see if it closes. Oh yeah. So this is based off the news right here. I don't know if I'll take this variation right here, Maddie, because this push up right here might be based off the news. So I'm not going to take this variation. I'll mark it up for you guys right here. I'm not looking to take it just yet. Well, what I might do is I'll let it pull back a little bit, and maybe I'll set a buy stop here to catch it as it swings up. Ah, shit, it's too late. Let me see if it pulls back a little bit. Yeah, it might be too late for this entry, unfortunately. Let's see. Yeah, I'm probably not going to take it, Maddie, because a lot of this was based off, there was news right there at 7:30. So I'm not really trying to take it. This price might come back. It's too late anyways, it's about to hit TP. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to take it, guys, because the thing is, news was positive, just like mentioned it. Fahad mentioned, yeah, so thanks, Fahad, for confirming that. Fahad mentioned that the news was positive, so this bullish push right here is probably based off the news, and then price might just come right back down. So I'm not going to take this variation. However, this is a variation entry right here. It's not one that I'd recommend because we don't like to trade around news. Yeah, the news is positive right here. So what might happen at this point is price might push up and then come back down. So I don't recommend anyone take the trade there for the variation. So you guys just want to keep in mind that when news happens, you guys want to wait to see how price reacts to it and then see if price continues pushing. So for example, right here, news happened. I'll just move this up here. So the news happened off this green candle right here, right? 7 o'clock or 7:30 actually. This is where price was before the news happened. One of two things will happen. Price pushed up. It's either going to come back down to where it happened before news to just go back to normal, or it's going to keep pushing up higher, right? Because what could happen here is price could come down to where price was prior to the news event, and then just consolidate it right there before it chooses its direction to the upside or the downside. But yeah, I don't really recommend you guys take any trades off this point. Let's see. So after this news happened, price ranged below here, and then it ranged above here. Got close to TP, not necessarily there fully, but it did get really close to it. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of factors that come into taking a trade. Generally, you don't want to trade around news. You also don't want to trade against fundamentals, and you also don't want to trade against the bias if there's retail sentiment bias. Currently, right now, there's no retail sentiment, so there's no bias for it to look for. The fundamentals are currently, I mean, they're bullish, but they're not very strong, right? As I mentioned before, it's not above 100 points where it's stable. It's just bouncing around that area. It goes to like 90 to like 100 and it comes back down, but it hasn't really chosen its direction just yet. Which I mean is kind of annoying because generally there should be a direction set for US 30, especially on open like this. But you can see that price is probably going to be bullish. The only thing that you want to be careful for is you guys don't want to get overly excited for it being bullish right here, because you guys got to remember that Biden is going to be speaking shortly. So when Biden speaks, he hasn't spoken yet. When Biden speaks, he's probably going to cause price to go down. So you guys just want to be very careful for man, I wonder, how did people even know Biden was speaking today? Because I need to figure out when he's speaking so I know not to trade. As you can see, price is pushing up higher. It's 95 points down the green. If it stays above 100, then the bias will be for a buy. However, currently right now, there isn't really much of a confirmation yet. So yeah, looking at this right here, its price is pushing back up. So it looks like if you were to take the variation, I believe it was off this green candle right here. It would still be running. Not a variation that, obviously I recommend taking, but it's still currently running at this moment. Right there. Other than that, let's see, we got another high right here. Another one right here. Low right there. And as you can see right here, price is now going into, it's going back into a range. our range, but like a small consolidation phase in this area. Right here, a lot of these lows haven't been broken. All right. Yeah, so you guys can see right here, price is in a pretty heavy consolidation within this area right here. You can see the wide ranges from up here and below here, but you can see that smaller ranges are getting created within this area right here. There's a smaller one right here, smaller one right here. Now price just invalidated this price. We'll delete that. Price is now breaking above here. Technically, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If price closes above this point here, this would be an entry for all three strategies. It needs to close with the buy signal though. If it doesn't close with the buy signal, there's not going to be an entry. It's close. All right, so looks like I'm going to take that right there, guys. There we go. If this, here's the entry that we were just looking at right now. It lines up with all three strategies right here. And it hit my TP already right there. Let's see. There you go, full TP. So great work, guys. That was exactly what we were looking for. Lined up perfectly. So there we go. There goes that high low that we were looking for, guys. You guys can see that it lined up with all three strategies right here, right? The high low scalp. It broke and closed above this high right here. We had a buy signal right here. So it lined up with this pivot scalp right here as well. And it lined up right here too. We had a buy signal. Trend meter is green. So this strategy lined up, this strategy lined up, and this strategy lined up right here. All three strategies lined up together. It happened really quickly, but it was exactly what we were waiting for, right? Like I mentioned, guys, we wait for this trade all day, but this trade almost always hits every single time. So full TP off that. Let's see, each account made about 1,000 something off that. So I made off 3 accounts right there, about 3,000 off that one trade. And then my personal account as well hit it. So great work, guys, for whoever caught it. You know, we were waiting for that pretty much. That was pretty much what we've been waiting for all day. So great work, guys, whoever caught it. Looks like a lot of you guys caught it here. Maddie caught it, Paul caught it. Nick looks like you missed it, unfortunately. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So Nick forgot to set up his one-click trading. So as soon as everyone caught it, he was still trying to set up the trade. But yeah, it broke right through it right there. So amazing work, guys, to whoever caught it there. And that's a relief because we've been waiting for that trade all freaking day. So great work, guys, to everyone who caught it here. I'll send in my profits real quick. This is literally what we've been waiting for this entire day. And it played out, right? If you guys can lock in at least 1 to 3 good trades a day, using proper risk, you know, this is solid because this trade here locked in about, I think for me, about 2% profit. So with that said, you know, if you guys can do 2% every day for like a week, 2 weeks, you can easily pass your FTMO with no problem because you need to make a 10% increase, right? To pass your FTMO. You guys can. So what you guys got to do is you got to think about your FTMO and MFF in percentage wise, right? If you reach for about 1 to 2 to 3% a day, and you win every trade like we do, you know, we're very conservative with our trades here. If you win every trade, you should have no problem passing your FTMO or MFF. That's why you see people passing their FTMO and K2 every single day because people are consistent with their wins, right? If you guys just keep winning and don't lose, you guys should have no problem passing FTMO, getting funded, and then having consistent profits every single month, every single week, every single day. But yeah, great work, guys. So let me see what we got over here. This is going to be the I forgot what the strategy was. Here, let me just do this. What a minute high low, 1 minute fit scalp. All right, guys. So great work off that right there. I don't know if the chart's going to come up, but I'll just take another screenshot of this. And there you go. As price continues to push up higher. So let me just update this image right here. I don't know if there's something wrong with it. And let me take a screenshot of my profits as well. All right, so we'll start with my personal account. Not bad with that one. My MFF, I logged in a total of 1,040, not bad. My copier, I logged in a total of 1,110, nice. And then for my main account, I logged in a total of 1,110 as well. So great work right there, guys. Let me just take a screenshot of this and send it over to you guys here. All right, good one right there. Good one right there, and right there. All right, guys. So here are my profits off that trade. You guys can see that we took that live. We analyzed it. We waited for it. We caught it. Made about 28, 27 off my personal account here. It's a small account. I'm like slowly growing this one. This is my MFF account locked in 1,040. Here's my copier locked in 1,110. And then here's my main account right here. You can see with the green line because I let it TP. I locked in 1,110 off there. So about 3,000 profit off that one trade across all my accounts. Yeah, man, not bad. So yeah, congrats to everyone who caught it. I'll take a look right now and see who caught it with us there. You know, you guys can see that if you guys are patient, you guys wait for these perfect entries, you guys should have no problem. Because all these trades we take on the live, I only tell you guys to take the ones that we're necessarily waiting for. You know, there's specific trades that we're looking for. And I'm only giving you guys like trades that are like very high probability of winning. So literally, if you guys just take the trades I take on the live, you should have no problem. You know, passing FTMO, getting funded. The problem with a lot of people is what happens is you guys make a lot of profit with me on the live, and then you guys try to take trades on your own, not following the strategies, and then you guys end up losing. So, you know, if you guys just stay disciplined and stick to what you're supposed to do, you guys should have no problem with being successful at trading long term. Paul over here, right here, nice. Paul caught a buy off that too, off NASDAQ, it looks like. Right over here. Patricia locked in a total of 2,420. She took the buy there as well for that high-low entry. Looking over here, C-Soup locked in a total of 3,360. Great work, C-Soup. He has one loss there, but the rest are straight wins. He covered his loss right after that that trade there. Scrolling down real quick. Damn it. All right, looking over here. Yeah, Patricia said, me too, Sisu. Happy considering it's literally 2 days before Christmas. Like, guys, usually a lot of people don't have good luck at trading during Christmas or during the holidays at all. We've had no problems with us here so far, so it's been great. We've all been winning pretty much every day this week. Lisa as well, currently up 887. Nice work, Lisa. Yeah, she said just chilling today, which is good. I mean, you know, days like this, you guys got to be very careful with the trade that you guys decide to take. Cern over here as well. So Cern started with 100 euros. Nice. So yeah, Cern started with 100 euros. He's currently up 216 euros on his account. So he pretty much doubled up his account and then some off that. Great work, Cern. Yeah, so he started with 100 euros. He's now up 601. Wow. So he's up 500, basically 500% at this point. So amazing work right there, Cern. He's going to use this to get another FTMO. So this is his personal account, start with 100 euros. He's up 600 euros. He's going to buy another FTMO once he has enough. So great work, bro. Keep it up. Keep up the consistency. All right, so yeah, Cern also has a FTMO as well. So he's doing his FTMO, plus he has his personal here, just like I'm doing. So as you guys can see, I have more accounts now. Before I only had 2 accounts because I was busy like mentoring people with trading and stuff like that. I'm more focused on my trading now. So I'm not actively looking to sign new people up to K2. If you guys want to sign up to K2, or if anyone that you know wants to sign up to K2, it's open for signups, but I'm not looking to sign anybody new up. I'm not looking to mentor anybody. I don't really want to take time away from my trading, because what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to keep growing my accounts. I already have maxed out FTMO here. I'm going to max out my MFF soon. I'm going to sign up to all these other funding companies because I can make a lot more money from just trading rather than, mentoring people. And the thing that, that I just realized over like the past couple of months is that there's a lot of ungrateful people out there. So for you guys here that are good with K2, I'm here to help you guys out. I want to make sure you guys are all successful. But, I just got tired of dealing with ungrateful people. So I'm pretty much, I'm focusing on the group here who's already here. And if you guys have other people that want to join K2, that's great. But I'm more focused on my trading now at this moment. So yeah, we have a celebration that's coming up right here. I did see that. However, it's not one that I'm looking to take, guys, because the bias right now is bullish. So I'm not looking to take this variation here. We'll follow it and we'll see if it closes, but the fundamentals here are currently 150 points in the green. So right here, we're looking for, we're basically looking for buys at this moment. I'll mark it up. Actually, there's no variation there. So it just broke past it on that last couple seconds. So no variation off that. If I do see anything else come up, I will mark it up for you guys. But currently right now, sorry guys, my voice is like going out. If I see any variations right here, I'll mark it up or I'll tell you guys, or if I see high lows, I'll let you guys know. There's another pending variation right there, but I don't really recommend anyone take it because the bias is now bullish. You can see it's currently up 153 points. You really don't want to be trading against the bias like that. Also, Biden's going to be speaking soon, or he's speaking now, it looks like. Never mind, take that back. He's not speaking yet. So I don't know when he's going to speak. I know he's supposed to speak soon, but it's been saying we will begin shortly for like the past 30 minutes. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, this would be a variation here for itself. I don't plan on taking it. I'll mark it up for you guys, but just keep in mind that I find this to be risky and I don't recommend anyone take this trade here. We're just going to mark it up to see if it hits, right? Because the variation you can pretty much disregard. You could disregard everything else because it's such a quick move, but I personally don't recommend it because I like to trade with a bias, right? If you're trading both ways with no bias, it becomes risky because you're kind of gambling at that moment. Peter said they're trying to wake him up and prep him to look normal. We'll see what happens there. No, Steven. So Steven, listen to me, Steven. Literally, Steven, I literally said not to take the sell. And you said, so we take a sell? No, don't take the sell, Steven. So you got to pay attention, bro. Yeah, I know, but I literally said not to take the sell. And you asked, so we take the sell? No, you don't. We're just marking it up here, Steven. If you want to take it, I mean, you can. You're more than welcome to take it. I just explained why we're not taking it because the bias is for a buy here. We're not looking to take the sell here at all. I'm just telling you guys that this is the variation because a lot of people are asking about the variation here. This is a variation entry, but it's not one that you should be taking. So, Steven, just don't hop into anything right away, and just be a little careful with it. So Ken said, oh man, so Ken said he accidentally clicked and he got in 3 times, but he took profit. So nice work right there, Ken. Nice. Yeah, no, definitely. That happens to me sometimes. If you have one click trading on, if you click it on the DOM, it sometimes locks you in for like multiple trades. But no, great work right there, Ken, off that right there. I don't recommend anyone take this, guys. So just keep in mind, if you guys are taking this, understand the risk. The bias right now is too strong. Biden is speaking now too. So Biden just started speaking. Looks like Peter was right about them waking him up. So yeah, Biden.
New small businesses up 30% compared to before the pandemic, and the fastest economic growth in nearly 40 years. There's more as well.
I mean, Biden's obviously reading a script here. You can see he's just reading off the thing. But yeah, Biden is now speaking, guys. I don't recommend anyone take any trades at this moment. I don't recommend anybody take any trades. I'm done trading for the day. So if you guys, sorry guys, if you guys have questions, feel free to drop your questions. I'm going to see what else we got here real quick before I log off. But I'm done trading for the day. Thanks, Hugo. Yeah, thanks, Hugo. So Hugo just confirmed that Biden just started speaking. I'm not looking to take any trades, guys. Um, the variation is still going technically, but it doesn't look like it's going well, right? This is exactly why we didn't take it, because the bias is so strong for a sell right now. I mean, for a buy. Bias is so strong for a buy right here. The stock index is looking very bullish right now. The only thing that would cause price to spike down would be if Biden says something, which he probably is going to say. Yeah, I'm not going to be trading at all, guys.
The pinch of prices and the cost. Look, addressing these costs has been, will continue to be my top priority the entire administration. And the way to do this is not to slow down our economic turnaround, not to step back from all this progress, but to build on it. We can and we will address.
Yeah, I'm not going to trade. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. You guys can send me an email or message me on Telegram. I think I went through all the messages already so far. Let me see if there's anything else here. Maddie just sent some profits, locking a total of 1,610. This is off his MFF, his funded account. Nice work, Maddie. So you're locking about 1,600 for the day off that account. His second MFF right here, locking a total of 1,778. Damn. So Maddie's like, that's crazy, Maddie. You basically have like 4 funded accounts now. So great work, Maddie. Stern over here as well. Yeah, I know, definitely Stern. 2020. Exactly, guys. 2020 is going to be crazy. Stern over here, he has, I think, 1 or 2 funded accounts. This is his personal account. He locked in, about 600 euros. And Stern also just opened a restaurant over there in the Netherlands, I believe. So congrats, Stern, on all of your success this year. Got to go visit you out there in the Netherlands at some point. Other than that, I think that's it for right now. Let me see if there's anything else for me to look at. Yeah, Maddie said, Sean, we're going to Vegas in May. Have massive bottle service. No, definitely, we're gonna go. So yeah, guys, hopefully in 2022 I can come out to visit a lot of you guys. I've been wanting to visit you guys for like the longest, but COVID, COVID gets in the way. So it's unfortunate, but hopefully by next year, I can travel more. I can visit you guys all over. But other than that, guys, I think that's it for today. I don't see any other trades available over here so far. I don't recommend you guys trade because, Biden is speaking right now. He can easily spike price up or down at any moment. What we might have today, this is kind of what I see happening. Price is probably going to consolidate a bit, or it's probably going to start dropping at this point, because you can see that we have a lot of areas here that haven't been tested. A lot of high lows here that have not been tested yet. So these lows here are going to act as liquidity zones. So like when price comes back down, whoever in these buys are probably going to get stopped out. But who knows? That might not happen. It could happen, but it's not guaranteed to happen. It's not, it's not 100% to happen. The only reason I can see price dropping is if Biden says something like, I don't know.
They agreed to speed up.
Something that, obviously he's going to say things that are good for the economy, because he's talking about the supply chain, how things are just getting back on track, post COVID and stuff like that. Stuff getting restocked. So he's going to have a lot of positive things to say. It doesn't necessarily mean the market's going to react to his, whatever he says positively. The market can easily just turn its way all the way back around. So if you guys do decide to trade, I would recommend that you guys don't trade, but if you guys do decide to trade, always remember to use proper risk and to lower your lot sizes as needed, if you guys don't feel comfortable about a position. Nice. Lisa said, I'll join all of you in Vegas. I think I'm moving to Mexico next. Sydney time zone is pause for trading. Yeah, Lisa, you're like on opposite time zone being out in Sydney. So no, definitely if you move to Mexico next, you'll have pretty close time to what we have here. That's crazy. Lisa, it's 1:30 a.m. over there in Sydney. Lisa's up here trading with us, but she does have 10 days off. So you'll be trading with us for the next couple of days, it looks like. So guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me or message me on Telegram. I'm going to be done trading for the day. I do recommend you guys stop. Looks like, I don't know what Biden's saying now, and I don't know how long he's going to be talking for, but it looks like he's going to have a discussion after he's done talking. So he just started talking.
One important way to do this.
and he's probably going to talk for the next 30 minutes or so. And then after that, looks like he's going to meet with his supply chain distributions task force and then private sector CEOs. So he might be talking for like the next hour, 2 hours. And it just, it's going to cause a lot of uncertainty in the market. So yeah, if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I think this is it for this session. Hopefully, you guys all locked in some pretty good profit. And yeah, so I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. We'll be back live, same time, same place, as we wrap up the week. Today's Wednesday, so we still have 2 more days of trading. Let me just check the calendar real quick to see if there's anything else that we have coming up tomorrow. Looks like we actually have a lot of news tomorrow. We have high impact news, core PCE price index at 5:30. We have core durable goods order, core durable goods order, personal income, personal spending, unemployment, pretty much a lot of news on Thursday. So we're probably going to see some volatility on Thursday. Friday is going to be Christmas Eve. It's a bank holiday, so we will not be trading on Friday. It's going to be Christmas Eve for everyone. So there's not really going to be much volatility in the market anyways, with everything closed. So yeah, other than that, I guess tomorrow is going to be our last day trading. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully the market picks up a bit. We have some volatility, and then price goes, one direction or the other, so that we can have some sort of bias. But if not, we're going to be conservative with our trades regardless. So guys, I think that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's see, B sell is 26 onwards. Yeah, it's fine, B. We're going to be trading every day. It doesn't make a difference. Volatility might be a bit low. So I will be, obviously I will be looking at the market to see how it's moving. We'll see on Monday. So on Monday, on the 27th, we'll see how the market is moving. If the market's too slow on Monday, then it's probably going to be slow for the rest of the week. So Monday is going to be basically our catalyst, whether we're going to continue trading for next week, because from Monday up until Thursday is right New Year's Eve. So at that point, the market's probably going to be dead. There's only going to be 2 or 3 days for us to be trading during that week anyways. Or no, Friday. Yeah, about 3 days for there to be trading. But if the market's dead on Monday, then it's probably going to be dead for the rest of the week. So we'll determine that on Monday, whether the market is going to be okay with trading. Regardless as to the fact of like whatever happens next week, it's still going to be okay to trade. The only problem is that volatility is going to be low. So if the volatility is too low, it's going to be hard for you to catch any moves, right? You're probably going to be stuck in some trades, or price is not going to move in the way that you want it to, because there's just no volatility in the market pushing price around. So we'll see on Monday to see how price moves, but I think it should be fine. I'm going to be traveling from the 28th to the 30th. I'm going to be in Vegas with my family for like late Christmas gathering, but I will be bringing my mobile setup. So I'll be trading with you guys during those days, if the market allows for there to be any volatility. So other than that, guys, I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and I will see you guys on the next live session tomorrow. So have a great morning, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next